Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1783, 1783. I'm Mike Matthews, broadcasting from Café Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valleymont, the last place on earth. Today we hear from Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere, the engineer, and I have a podcast picture ready for you from a day a year ago that I had where I went to San Francisco because I was on a mission.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
A mission to see the Palace of Fine Arts. It was sort of like a Richard Dreyfuss moment where I had to
Mike's Daily Podcast.
go see the Devil's Post pile, but instead I went to San Francisco and saw the Palace of Fine Arts. But that's not going to be the podcast picture today because my name is Mike Matthews, and I'm changing it and I'm making it the Bay Bridge. That's right, and some sailboats. Okay, that's what you'll find at mikesdailypodcast.com. If you haven't been there yet, it's great.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Podcast pictures that I take. And then the podcast that you're listening to right now. Hey, how did you find this?
Mike's
That's what I'd like to know.
Daily
You can tell me at
Podcast.
the phone number is 336-MM-DAILY. 336-MM-DAILY. So Trump is a Russian spy? Is that what they're saying now? Trump is a Russian spy. Well, that would explain why he would say things like this. Clip plays in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I say it's better to get along with Russia than not.
Did you enjoy that clip? It was cliptastic. Oh, the day I adopted Basil. So I celebrated the 9-year anniversary of adopting Basil a little bit earlier this month. My dog, Basil the Boxer, who is going to bark for you. Play the clip in 3, 2, 1. Does he do that every podcast where he goes, play the clip? Yes. No. This is a new thing. And it's a thing it's done. It's not going on anymore. But yes, I adopted Basil, and what happened was I didn't want a dog, and my wife at the time said, I want a dog, so we drove down to Fresno and got a dog. That will be the last time I'm ever forced into getting a pet. Now, was it rewarding? Yes. This dog is fantastic. He's been a wonderful dog. He's over 10 years old now, and he's a fantastic friend. He makes people smile. He's brought joy to people of all ages, of all types, and so.
And here's today's podcast picture.
But it is interesting that the person that wanted the dog has long left Basil behind, and so yes, the podcast picture today, not of Basil though, but of the Bay Bridge. I think I took this from the Exploratorium in San Francisco, which if you have not been to, very nice, right there on the water. I don't know if it's worth the price of admission to go in, but you can walk for free on the outside and see all kinds of cool stuff. I wish we could go back to the New Year's Eve traffic. Oh, the New Year's Eve, the New Year's Day, the holiday traffic we had here in the Bay Area was wonderful. And I mentioned maybe we need a mass outbreak and have people, sick at home. And that's not very nice, is it? I'm a nice guy on the whole. However, I will say it is the Marie Osmond time of year. You see her everywhere on TV because she lost weight once upon a time. And oh my God, how does she keep looking so young? And oh my God, who the hell is Marie Osmond? She was with this little group called the Osmonds. Well, Donnie and Marie was the name of the show. And then her brother was popular with this boy band called the Osmonds. And they were this big Mormon family. And then Donny Osmond later had a huge hit with Soldier of Love, which I will not play for you. You're welcome. Now, people have had an interesting reaction to my promotion that I have had. People congratulated me. That was great. The promotion, however, is interesting because not only have I been promoted, but I'm also still doing my old job, which let's just say it's hard to switch gears when I've been I do my old job still, and then I have to switch gears and do my new job, and then sometimes I have to do someone else's job when they take time off. So it's a very interesting, I wear many hats. Now I have a bald head, one that looks good with hats on. but still, Dublin is a town not too far from us. As we go outside a Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcaster Valley, Dublin, California. Well, I did not know, and I found this out through our local representative, Eric Swalwell, who there was some chat that he might run for president, but I think now with all the lovely ladies, the powerful political women that are going to be running for, Kamala Harris might be running. You got Kirsten Gillibrand, who's going to run. You've got Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii. She's a surfer. She's going to run. You got Elizabeth Warren, who felt very motivated to run for president when she said this.
America elected Donald Trump. And yeah, the Russians helped.
But Eric Swalwell said growing up in the Bay Area and the East Bay and the Castro Valley, Dublin area, he said Dublin used to be called Dumpland. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, Castro Valley and Dublin basically are next to each other. There's this mountain range, this beautiful mountain range, and there used to be this park that you could walk for trails forever and ever, but now you can't get to that park anymore because the people in Dublin won't allow you to get to the trail. That's bizarre. So that, I still haven't gotten to the answer to that. And we finished a complete page. Woo! Look who's out here right now. Here at Café Anyway. The last place on earth. Mike's Daily Podcast, the name of the show. And at Café Anyway.
Anyway.
People are here. Let's say hi to them now.
Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. It didn't rain that much this weekend.
No, you're expecting all this rain, and nothing happened. What the heck?
I know, Mike Matthews.
Mike Matthews. Look who else is here.
Oh, dear Mike, this is Valentino, the banking attendant, hanging out with this guy.
This is Floyd the Floorman. And I don't have a catchphrase or anything except that I get offended a lot.
But if you get offended, that's the way the cookie crumbles. No.
And this is John Deere, the engineer. Yes, Mike, there's lots of people out here today.
We watched Doctor Who this weekend. Not the New Year's Eve one, New Year's Day one, I guess at the Daleks, but the one with the, what is it? Oh, some kind of superhuman, no wait, they're not humans, they're aliens, then they can make rocks come together and they can make it levitate, and there's a fortress and they're taking over planets and shrinking them down to tiny size and all that kind of interesting stuff. Yes.
Say what?
And next show, it's going to be the wonderful, on this show, I don't know, Doctor Who show, but next show here, it will be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Kamala Harris supposedly going to announce her bid for president in Oakland on MLK Day. You will see if that happens. Oh, and Pawstruck is this website. I guess you get all kinds of stuff through there, your food, your doggy treats and all that, but apparently they send you these ridiculous emails where they go, hey, it's your dog, like you've entered the name of the dog already to these people. So they go, it's your dog Basil saying, I sure would like some more treats. Why won't you give me more treats, huh? They write it as if it's your dog or your cat or whatever your pet. Isn't that crazy? That's just Oh, and real quick, Seattle, Washington's traffic situation, no matter how bad and how awful I've complained about the Bay Area traffic so often and talk about how awful it is way, way worse in Seattle. Apparently, they closed off this major highway, and now, and there's supposed to be this new one opening in like 2 weeks, but in the meantime, the traffic is awful in Seattle. So if all that crappy rain and crappy weather wasn't enough to get the heck out of Seattle, now this. Oh, and a shout out to my two Seattle friends, Kai and Irene. Oh, and so this guy, this Lou Dobbs.
Hi, I've shoved as many marshmallows as I can into my mouth. I'm Lou Dobbs.
Lou Dobbs apparently likes to call the government shutdown the Schumer shutdown. Yes, he does a news report, a financial report, and he calls it the Schumer shutdown. Good job, Lou Dobbs. You're so clever. You took a word that starts with an SH and rhymed it with shutdown. Schumer shutdown. Good for you. I'm clapping for you. I still can't get over no more Sears. That's weird. No more Sears. Don't shed any more Sears. No more Sears. Dry those Sears. Oh, such an awful place. I've always hated Sears. Hey, that's the end of the show. Big thumbs up to you for listening to the whole 10 minutes of this show. Next show, it'll be the wonderful... Oh, I mentioned that already. Have a good one.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!